Hello, hello, good evening. So it's a late edition of, well, I guess it's not technically, I definitely know what I'm doing. Um, since we're doing something a little different tonight, but this is still Crake and Bake coming and playing some games here. Glad for anyone who was able to tune in late here. So first off, I'm just going to leave it on this screen the entire time. I love this new opening title screen I got put together, so I think we'll just look at this the whole time and just chit chat or something. Nah, that'd be a little too boring. But as you can see from the title, tonight we're trying something a little different. The HCTCGO, short for HermitCraft Trading Card Game Online. This is a pretty cool project that has started out in Minecraft that I'm pretty excited to give it a try out and see how everything goes. So yeah, we'll just kind of have some fun with this and do this for a while, and then yeah, maybe we'll try it again more down the line. So to give a little bit of context on the I don't know if it's better to say HCTCGO or HermitCraft Trading Card Game. Both are kind of a mouthful. But so HermitCraft is a Minecraft server where a lot of streamers play and hang out. And they have various seasons. They're on season 9 right now. And one of the streamers this season, VintageBeef, decided to make a trading card game using the other streamers on the server as the cards. And then there's also other cards that are designed to look like things from within game, so like a wolf and a water bucket, that sort of thing. And we'll kind of see those in detail as we keep going. The really cool thing about this project, though, is he entirely designed the cards on maps. So he laid out large squares of land and then put out the colored, blocks, and drew out each picture by himself. He's got some videos explaining this, and it's just thousands of blocks placed per picture. And there's hundreds of cards that he made and designed, and also came up with the trading card game, which is based loosely around the Pokemon trading card game. So by all means, I highly suggest going and checking out his videos if you're interested in that process, because it's very cool. Now, one of the bummers, of course, about all of this is that this is only available for those who are within the server to play the game that he made. But recently, a group of fans have come together and actually started to put together an online playable version of the game. It's an open source game. It's still under development. Not all of it's completely put together yet. But yeah, it's really cool that a group of Minecraft and HermitCraft fans have come together, designed this, all of the programming to make this game work, and from the sounds of it, the HermitCraft server is completely cool with it. It's still kind of an unofficial thing, but they've endorsed, letting it happen and that sort of thing. So just a very cool project. Now I could be getting this wrong, but I believe that I guess I don't know that their tags. Minion Haru, I believe, is the one who kind of first started this project, and then Sense 101, Scopop, Prof Ninja, IJZM. I'm not entirely sure how you pronounce that one. I believe that they are kind of the core group that is working on putting together this project, if I understand things correctly. And if I did get that wrong, I greatly apologize. A lot of this is just very over my head, but hopefully I'm giving credit where it's due. So that's the group that's kind of taken this idea that VintageBeef had put together originally and has made it come to life, so that fans are able to play the game online before. I believe they are planning to still do a world download of the server at the end, and people can play at that point. But for the time being, this is what they've made. So yeah. So without further ado, I will pop over to the next scene where I've got it pulled up on my web browser. And I do have at the top is the website for the online trading card game. So by all means, anyone who wants to get on and go play can definitely try it out. On this main screen, you can just do public games, you can create private games or join private games, and then of course make your decks. So I'm going to go ahead and go into the customized deck. I've played a few rounds already, and so this on the right is the deck that I have made and kind of like right now. I know it's not the most powerful deck out there, but I just kind of like this one. And then on the left here are all of the cards that are within the game that have been pushed over to the online version, which again, this is still under development. I know there's a couple of cards that still aren't in just because the game design is difficult to create them. But yeah, so again, keeping in mind that like these cards, again, were completely designed by hand by placing blocks and then turning them into maps. So like all of the detail in here on the digital version is of course people who are part of the online designer group have made it a little bit, I don't know, cleaner cut and recreated it in like, I don't know, not Paint, I'm sure some better program than that. But they based the designs off of what VintageBeef here had originally created. So just to kind of run down, give a breakdown of the game, I'll probably forget some of the rules. But the general idea is you have the Hermits, which again are the streamers from the server. They are your kind of primary cards, and so again, kind of thinking like the Pokemon game, that they're like the Pokemon. Then down at the very bottom here are the item cards, which are items that you would get, within Minecraft. But they more or less act as the energy for doing moves. And you'll see some of them, the rarer ones are double energies, and then the not rare ones are just a single energy. And you'll notice on each of the Hermit cards that they have X number of certain types of items required to do a move. And then, of course, in the top right is the type of Hermit that they are. So you've got the Balance type, the Builder type, Explorer types. In my deck, I'm sticking Mono Miner type. And I'll kind of go into that in a little bit. So the Hermits are kind of your main powerhouse, but then you also have the cool effect cards. So there's some effects like the Armor, which prevent damage, Enchanted Books, which cause different effects. Wolf here, you take damage if you attack that person. Healing potions, things like that. So a lot of it you'll kind of follow along as we play a couple of rounds. Now, some of the rules that are important: no deck may have more or less than 42 cards. And in the normal server, there aren't any other rules other than you can't have 3 of the same card. Within the online version, since you aren't collecting cards, since you can just take whatever cards you want, they did add extra limits of you can't have more than 12 rare cards, and you can't have more than 3 ultra rare cards. Because there's definitely some ways to completely break the game by just loading up on a bunch of the clocks or something. They also, within the game, you cannot have more than 1 of the same type of ultra rare, because again, 3 clocks more or less makes you invincible. So I've got, again, all miners. Most of them are TFC, the common TFC, and then the rare TFC. The regular TFC has a really high attack of 90 for his third, and it's a it does take 3 items, but you can have just a single, non-specific item. And then the rare TFC has this branch mine, which lets you collect extra cards. After flipping a coin, you might get an extra card draw after each turn. These two are also pretty tanky. 300 is the highest health that any card can have. Hypno then is kind of a fun extra trick. He doesn't have as much attack, but this got him allows for the ability to attack an AFK hermit. So you always have one hermit that's active, and then you can have as many AFK hermits as you want, and your goal is to knock out 3 of your opponent's hermits. So kind of the tactic I use is, I can just do brute force up front with these 2 TFCs. They both have pretty strong attack. Or with my Hypno, I can start then attacking someone that they might have put on the bench, put into the AFK position. I also have the strongest armor. I just have 1 armor. I don't know if that's the best tactic, but since my guys are kind of beefy in general, I feel like that's pretty fine. Bows are, again, things that let you attack people who are in AFK or on the bench. So again, when you do a standard attack, you can only attack the hermit that is active. So a main tactic is once someone gets weak, you put them on the bench so that they hopefully don't get knocked out. But then by using the bows and Hypno, I am able to then directly attack perhaps someone who's about to get knocked out. Some of the staples, again, the clock, that lets you force your opponent to skip a turn. Flint and Steel lets you discard your entire hand and draw 3 cards, which is really nice if you're just not getting what you want. Knockback can force an opponent to go AFK, which again is kind of a nice tactic of, if they have someone really strong with a lot of armor, I can force them to go back and then try and knock them out. I've got some healing potions. These are splash healing potions, so it gives a little bit of health back to everyone in my party. The Netherite Sword is just a super strong single attack. And then these TNTs are, they do 60 damage to your opponent, but also 20 damage to yourself. So they're a little bit of a risk, but they do a lot of single damage. So yeah, you'll kind of see how some of it works as we get going. But so there's 3 ways to win. Either you knock out all of your opponents by just dealing damage and knocking out 3 of their hermits. Additionally, if they only have 1 hermit and you knock it out and they don't have anyone else on the bench, that's an instant win. So it's really nice to try and force a speed run through of just dealing a lot of damage head on. The third way of winning, or maybe more so of losing, is if you run out of cards in your deck, you lose. So doing the branch mine, getting the extra card draw is a little bit of a risk because it increases how it makes you draw more. You have a chance of emptying out your deck. But generally, I've seen that it's really hard to get through enough turns to do that. Typically, game is over before that becomes an issue. Otherwise, I guess I'll kind of keep explaining more as we go. But this will kind of get us started. And again, this deck that I've been using, I know is not one of the top tier decks. Generally, Prankster deck is very powerful, but the nice thing I like about the miners is they have a strength against Pranksters in Redstone. So it kind of counters that out and isn't just playing, what everyone else is kind of doing is kind of that top deck who does try it out. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and do a couple of public games, see who we go up against, and yeah, we'll just kind of have some fun. Generally, I've seen matches pair up pretty quickly, which is really nice. Well, this one's taking a little while. There we go. All right, so this my opponent gets to go first. Whoever goes first just places. They cannot attack because you don't have anything for them to attack against. And like I said, a lot of people play Prankster. Oof, and they got 3 Mumbos out right away. So that's not great. Because Mumbo with this special ability really can do a lot of damage, especially because there's all of these other Mumbos right here. So I'm not sitting perfectly great, but they weren't able to drop any item cards, so that means that they have no energy for doing attacks this turn at least. And again, I'm playing Miner, so I'm going to be extra strong against them. So I'm going to go ahead and drop my 2 Hermits. I think I'm going to have Hypno be the front runner because I don't have enough to get this final attack, and you can only place 1 item card per turn. So I'm going to just go ahead then and have Hypno attack. They are wearing armor, so a lot of damage is going to get taken off, and then attacking ends my turn. But I get the plus 20 because I have a strength against pranksters, and then just the 60 basic attack minus the 40 coming from that armor. So overall I'll be doing 40. And that'll be my turn. I was hoping for more item cards. I'll probably stick with Hypno. Really, with the way that they've got this set up, I am not in a great position, so I'm expecting to probably lose this one. Oh, and they're throwing out some TNT. So that's, of course, going to hurt, and then they're completely protected because their armor blocks 40 damage. Alright. We'll throw out this other item here. I think I will use my instant health. I think that's just going to help out. And then we'll go ahead and do another attack. I'll do Got 'em, and I will attack their main... Well, yeah, I don't have any extra item cards, so I don't want to be attacking the AFK Hermits right now. So I'm going to attack the main Hermit. And it does make me pick an item card, but it won't make me discard it. And we'll go ahead and end the turn. TNT, okay, that's not the worst, but it's not great. If he drops another item, I am going to be hurting, though, with this. Quite simple. It doubles damage for every other AFK prankster. They've got 2 AFK pranksters. Oh, I missed what item they used. Looks like they're just dealing some straight damage, which thankfully they are just at the 1 item for right now, so we're sitting okay. Alright, and they pass the turn. So now it's going to be kind of questionable. I'm definitely low on the health. But with this TNT, I can do a bunch more damage. And I might just need to be trying to race Mumbo on dealing damage here. Of course, that'd put me down to 120. Or down to 60. Or no, wait, it's fine. It's fine. I'm doing the math wrong. So we're going to go ahead and use our TNT. With Got 'em, do 110 to Mumbo here. And again, we're just going to try and race Mumbo down. Okay, nice. We got a double item, so now I can start kind of doing things. I probably am just going to lose Hypno here. I've taken a lot of damage. I haven't gotten a lot of health back, so I think we're just going to have to accept that he's... Oh, yeah, and they threw a lava bucket. So now Hypno's on fire, which takes the extra damage. Thankfully, we got this double item, so TFC is going to be slightly better. So I think we'll just kind of do a Blaze of Glory with Hypno on our way out. I could use my bow just to deal a little bit of extra damage to this Mumbo, but I don't know that's going to matter too much. Yeah, I'm not in a great position for taking out any AFKs. I might wait to see about using this bow on that Mumbo. So I will just go ahead and do a Got 'em on Mumbo here. And then, yep, okay, perfect. So TFC, we got the item to have all right, so we'll be able to take out that Mumbo. Oh, and actually my bow can't do anything with that armor there, so... likely they're just going to... Oh, okay. So they're swapping out cards in their hand. I bet they're just going to have this Mumbo go AFK. Oh, but they added on. Okay. So they're just banking on me not getting that item, but I did, so we'll take out this Mumbo, which is going to make them lose a lot of items, so which will really slow them down. That probably wasn't the best move on their part to put that second item when I'm going to knock them out this time. All right, I've still only got the one Hermit, though, so we'll make TFC active, add this on, and then do an all right. And, okay, we stole one of their farm cards, which doesn't really help us. And go ahead and end turn. We got another miner, which doesn't matter because we already have the 3 we need for TFC's max attack. So I'm assuming they're going to bring this Mumbo out because when I deal damage to them, I take 20 from the wolf each time. That at least would be the tactic I would use. So I assume that's what they're going to do. They also, if they really don't have any items, I could see them just forfeiting. Oh, okay, they're drawing cards from their deck. And there they go. They got a double, so now they can go straight into quite simple. However, we did get rid of one of the AFK Mumbos, so they'll do less damage, which is at least nice. Oh, and they didn't attack? That's odd. I wonder why not. Well, they didn't, so we'll take it. All right, so the nice thing with all right is it's a strong 90 and we have the 20 strength. So we're going to be dealing damage fast to Mumbo here. We do take the extra hit from the wolf coming through. Can't really do anything about that, but we'll go ahead and do that. All right, we've got the netherite armor, which is going to be quite useful. Oh no, I didn't mention it before, but you can have one equipable item or effect card per hermit. So they have the wolf, the other one had the netherite. I can put this one netherite on. Otherwise, these are single-use effect cards. So you put them in the center, and then they vanish after that turn. All right, we have no reason to put these down, but we will go ahead and do this. And just because we are taking damage and they have quite simple running, I think I'm going to go ahead and use the splash potion just to try and get a little bit of extra health. And then we're just going to try and race down to killing off this Mumbo. Boy, I really need to get another Hermit out on the board. I only have 9 in my deck. Oh, they're doing extra damage with that iron sword. But yeah, I've only got 9 Hermits in my deck, which generally I've seen has been enough. But, yeah. Oh, okay, they're not going to do that. They're going to give themselves back 100 health. That was probably a good call on their end. And they got 1 heads. Oh, that's a 10 health. Dang. Let's see. I think I got to do flint and steel to try and get some hermits. Okay, there we go. Put out this other TFC, put out this other Hypno. That way they can't kill me for just knocking out the one. And we'll go ahead and, I think, do the double up. Well, probably the double on Hypno? I'm not positive. I guess the other option is I could put this TFC into AFK and then hope for like a splash potion or some other things to help heal him up later. That would make me not be able to attack this turn. We have 2 hearts. I think what we're going to do is we're going to put the double onto Hypno here so that he's going to be ready to swing in next turn. And then we'll have TFC do a whole bunch of damage as kind of a final blow. And then here we are able to put some more items onto our other guys. Ooh, they're pulling out a dock. No, because attack doubles. doubles damage on World Eater. So they're more or less just going for the kind of typical dealing double damage, which is fair. It's intimidating. Again, that's kind of why I like the miners. They have that just tanky, lots of health. I should probably put some more armor in here other than just the netherite. One armor's probably not quite enough. Alright, so yep, they took me out. Oh, and I didn't mention this, but every time you knock out a hermit, you also get a reward card from your opponent. Which is a little annoying because usually it doesn't really help your deck. It's usually like an item card specific to their deck. Yes, go ahead and activate. And I don't really have a need to put this here, so I think I'm going to just go ahead and start stacking up on this TFC because you can only place one item per turn, and it'll give me a little bit more options to flip him in later if I need to. We'll go ahead and do got him on this Mumbo, which knocked him out. Oh, we did steal an Exuma, so we stole one of their hermits, which, I don't know, is okay. Go ahead and end our turn. Alright, we got another item. So now we're both 1-1. It's getting a little bit more tense here at the end. Oh, and they're swinging hard with that ultra rare netherite. Thankfully they got a tails, because that double damage World Eater with a netherite sword, that could have been very, very bad. That would have been quite sad, in fact. We'll go ahead and throw Exuma out, just mostly to taunt him of, hey, we stole your card. And let's see. Miners are strong against pranksters and redstone. Dock is a farm. So I could try and attack Mumbo here, but I don't think I'll get through Mumbo as quickly. So I'm just going to go ahead and attach this to TFC. And frankly, I think I'm just going to hope for the best with Gotham here. Go ahead and end turn. Hey, we got a crossbow. I'm pretty sure they're going to knock me out this turn because Doc, if he gets his heads up, then... Oh yeah, and he's throwing in an extra sword. So even if he doesn't, he's going to do additional damage. Yep, there it was. So yeah, so that was a match. Went on for about the standard amount of time I've been seeing. Like I said, kind of right from the start, I kind of figured I was going to lose to that one just since they brought out so many pranksters right away. They were able to kind of whittle me down faster than I was able to get things. It took me a long time to get hermits and to get items. I didn't really get any super strong effects, but yeah. So that was that round. I think I'm going to make a tweak or two to my deck. I'm not entirely sure what I want to do. I know there's a lot of chat that goes on in the Discord, which by the way, if you go to the main website, they do have links to their Discord. That's a pretty fun community there. But I know there's a lot of chat in the Discords of like optimal decks and, you know, other videos of people kind of talking through their tactics, obviously watching the hermits with their deck builds. I'm trying to avoid some of that, just to kind of get in more of the fun of doing it on my own. So I think probably bows are a little bit more than I need. Of course, if I'm looking at adding in more rares, like trying to get in a diamond armor or something. What's gold armor? Okay, gold though is still after any damage taken versus diamond is once knocked out. That's a little bit more useful. By all means, it's fine to have like a one-time protect from damage. And you know, the knockback, it can be kind of neat, but I don't know that it's necessarily that fitting with my other tactics. So I think I'll maybe get rid of the knockback and throw in a diamond armor. So I have a netherite and a diamond armor, just for some of that extra protection that sticks around past more than one hit. I do kind of wonder if crossbow's that useful. It does kind of scatter damage, which is nice. But honestly, even at the sake of getting in like another diamond armor, because one of the big strengths of my deck, again, is that I have the kind of higher health cards with higher attack. Miners too, they have 2 cards that they're strong against, but only 1 card type that they're weak against. And from what I understand, not a lot of people really play speedrunner anyways, so more or less you just get the benefit of strengths, which a lot of people play prankster and redstone, versus not really too much of the weakness issue. Yeah, I think I might take out this crossbow, add in another diamond armor, so keeping within the online version's limit of 12 rares, and just see if that maybe works a little bit better. It, again, when you start getting double damage and stuff, that doesn't really stop a whole lot. Now let's see, there was also the lead. Was that one? Yeah, that one's kind of nice because it lets you move item cards off active hermits to AFK hermits. And that might be kind of nice to add back in. I tried it out once before. I might put that in because especially with like those, double effect, doubling effects like the World Eater or really quite simple. It's a way to kind of cancel that out a little bit. And it's just a common. Honestly, the splash potions, they are kind of nice to have if everybody's getting a little low. But generally the tactics I've seen is you more or less just use your 1 hermit until you go through it. So what I might try is getting rid of... Oops, I want one of those TNTs back. I might try getting rid of those and maybe throwing in 2 leads. See if that's just kind of a way that can stall out my opponent's attack ability. Because again, you need the items to do attacks, so it can kind of be a way to get rid of that. Alright, couple of tweaks, I like it. We'll go ahead and... Now this is still a just in development thing. You have to retype in your name of your deck each time and hit save. So we'll go ahead and save this as the new miner. Go back over here and try another match. Oh, and we got into that one right away. And they get to go first. It looks like... Oh, well, I just said that speedrunners really aren't seen that often, and then here, what do you know, we've got a Jevin speedrunner. Well, that's funny. And peace out. Forced to replace with an AFK, which isn't the worst, but he is gonna, if he does get that, is gonna deal a lot of damage to me. I've got TFC here though, and I've got the double, so I can start doing branch mine right away. So I think we'll go ahead and, honestly, they've only got 1 other hermit out there. Yeah, I'm gonna throw up a backup just in case. It's kind of nice to always have at least 2 hermits out. And we'll just try and force a rush. So dealing 120, and we didn't get we got tails there, so we didn't get the extra card draw. We've got 2 TNTs though, so if we go fast enough, we could potentially knock out their Jevin before they get another hermit on the board. And they just did your boy. Oh, it takes 3 for peace out. Okay, so we got lucky there. We've got our 1 minor item, so we might as well throw that onto our other TFC just so that they can do things. And I think just go ahead and go big again. Go for another branch mine. We did not get the extra card. But so right now we're sitting next turn, we can knock out this Jevon. They're going to deal a lot of damage. Oh, and they're trying to get card draw. They must not have any hermits in hand. Oh, what'd they do? Oh, right. They did the peace out, which forced me to replace him. I could put him back in, but I think we'll just go ahead and, for right now, just bring in our other TFC, because I think then we can still attack, if I understand. We'll double check what happens. I think we can still attack if we use this one. And we'll go ahead and put some health on this TFC and put the netherite armor on, maybe on this one. Do a true hermit. Oh, he's got some armor. I didn't notice that. And go ahead and end our turn. Okay, we've got the netherite sword. Oh, he took a lot of health back. So we can deal 100 this time. Boy, I wish I could swap out, but I don't know. Again, we're just going to try and rush, doing a forced there. Okay, we got another miner, so next time we can deal that extra. Oh, they're going for card draw. I wouldn't be surprised if they're going for like a flint and steel or something. Oh, well, we got it. They gave up. We dropped that. Go ahead and heal up for kicks and giggles and branch mine. So that was a pretty quick one. So again, if someone doesn't have any backup hermits and any hermits on the bench or that are in AFK, that can be an auto win right there, even if you don't get the full 3. So just kind of trying to rush when they've only got one hermit on the board has definitely worked out as a tactic for me so far. Cool. Well, I don't think we really saw any of the deck adjustments that I made show up in that round, but we'll just kind of hop into another game, try it out. Hopefully we'll have a little bit more of a challenge for the next one. Again, it kind of stinks when you just can't get other hermits out on the board, because it really just kind of slows you down, and you can't do anything if you don't have hermits, which is why it's important to have a decent number in your deck. That's kind of what hit us with our first round, was it took us a long time to get any, and then we didn't really have backups. So I guess I don't know how much any of the like main server streamers are playing this game, but I know I've definitely seen a decent amount. And of course on the HermitCraft server itself, it's basically every episode is just everyone playing matches of this game. So if you enjoy seeing the gameplay, definitely feel free to check it out. Oh, and one thing, it is a requirement to have at least one hermit in your opening hand. I don't know if the online version has you do a redraw if you don't get them. But normal gameplay, if you don't have at least one hermit, then you would show your opponent in your hand and reshuffle. So anyways, we did get our one hermit. We'll throw him out. We got the double item, so we'll go ahead and do that. That's really useful for Hypno, because Got 'em forces us to discard an item. And so it just keeps us, having the double lets us kind of put these single-use ones and discard those instead, without using up all of our item placement slots. Alright, so they have balance type, and it's just regular Iskall. And Iskall's got a big, strong 100 there, but it takes 3. So hopefully we'll do okay without having to worry about that for a little while. We can, of course, do Got 'em right away. And our lead did show up. They don't have any AFK hermits, so we can't steal their item off of them, which would be kind of funny if you could just nab it, but also very rude. All right, so we'll go ahead and stick this on just so that we can potentially do Gotham in the future. And again, they've only got the one hermit out, so I'm going to try and rush them. Just go ahead and do as much attack as I can. And since we're dealing damage to the active hermit, we don't lose our item when we use Gotham. We don't have any armor or healing though, which isn't great because if they do get a double item card or get up to 3, they're going to start dealing damage very fast. Oh, yep, and they've got a second hermit out now who also deals 100 and is balance type. So balance type just automatically has no strengths or weaknesses. So you never get that double. I don't know why they're using this one. Oh, wait. It's on their side that it swaps their active with their AFK. Which kind of at the base, these cards are essentially the same, except Rendog has less starting health. Now the one thing though is I do have the ability to take out this Iskall, and you do get the prize card for taking out the AFK hermits. So I'm gonna go ahead and, oh, of course, you know what I could do. It would be kind of risky, but I could take, I think I'll wait on this in case they get to 2. We won't, well, I don't know. I could take away Ren's ability to attack, but then it would give Iskall one step closer to getting to his Omega. Yeah, I think I'll hold off on it for now. I'm gonna do this bow. Oops. Because it lets me do damage to an AFK hermit, and then I'll go ahead and do Gotham on the AFK Iskall, and then I gotta get rid of my item card, dealing a lot of damage to Iskall there. Okay, good. And we got another hermit. So next turn we can put out the second TFC, have a little bit of buffer space. One of the bummers for sure is you can't put out the card you drew on that same turn. So if they can deal enough damage to take me out, then that's it, even though I have this extra hermit sitting over here. Oh, and actually, one trick I should use is I can use the lead to pull off an item from Ren, put it onto Iskall, and then kill Iskall, just so that they lose that item, because when the hermit goes, you lose everything attached to it. But it has to be from the active, so they, okay, good, they didn't go AFK. So go ahead and bring out TFC, put this double on him, and then I'm going to do this over to there, and then do a Gotham on Iskall. And then we got rid of all of their items. We also stole one of their items. So Ren can't attack now, and we were able to knock out a hermit. So I'd say that was a pretty good turn there. Oh, now they got a B-dubs. So they are just a completely balanced deck. Oh, and interesting. So they're probably going to swap B-dubs into AFK, or into active from AFK. Ooh, they got a lot of hermits. So B-dubs can sleep for 2 turns and like get back all of his health, but then is unable to do anything for 2 turns. And I don't know if you can switch to AFK. I don't think so, but maybe. All right. So we will go ahead and, now we could keep doing the Gotham on these guys, but we don't have any. Well, I could put this item card on, but these guys are pretty strong right now. I don't think there's really a benefit of trying to take out the others. So we will just go ahead. We'll throw out this TFC in case we want to do some branch mining. And then we will just go ahead. We could do AFK, but I don't think we will. We'll just do got him to B-dubs. Keep it standard, end our turn. Okay, we've got this again. Which the nice thing, so B-dubs can use any item for his first and other attacks, but Rendog can't use the farms. Oh, they're going to heal a little bit. So if we move this onto Rendog, it becomes useless, and it uses up a spot. So I think we'll go ahead and... So the leads are actually coming in pretty handy. We'll go ahead and put this on Rendog so that it is just not doing anything. Go ahead and do got him on B-dubs again, and end our turn. So they do only need one item on B-dubs. Yep, and they got it. So Hypno, unfortunately, is going to go out this time. But the good news is TFC we can bring in at full strength. Since we do have this extra item, he does not need a mine specific to do all right. So we'll go ahead and tuck that right there. Kept it off all sneaky like. All right, and because it doesn't have any special effects, it just does this damage straight to B-dubs, end our turn. And good, now we got a miner. We can put this on this TFC. Or save it if we get another Hypno or something. Okay. So they've just got like all commons. Oh, and they must not have had anything they liked in hand. Which, granted, all of the commons that they're using are the ones that have 100 tack as their I don't know, ultimate move. So I'm guessing they're gonna have B-dubs sleep just to go. Oh no, they can't though, because I took away all of their... Alright, so that'll help you out a little bit. They'll block 40, but... Alright, we can stick this on this TFC. I think may as well. And then go ahead and do that. They live for one more round. We'll hopefully take out their B-dubs this next time. Unfortunately, because they put the netherite armor, we can't just shoot them with a bow, which is a bummer. But so if they do go AFK, we can't just pick them off without another Hypno. Oh, they're doing damage to this TFC. Interesting. But they are choosing to attack, which means we can attack B-dubs, which gets rid of this netherite armor. And I think... Well, we'll save this for now. We'll just go ahead and do an alright, call it a day. Ooh, we stole a double balanced from them. They're not gonna like that, I'm sure. Okay, we've got 2 healths now. So we can definitely heal up our team a little bit. I'm not sure. I suppose I may as well tuck this on this TFC, but I also might save it in case we get another Hypno. So I think I'll just go ahead and do an instant health back on this TFC, do an alright, and we'll go ahead and call that. Ooh, nice, we got some armor. So that'll help too with just kind of slowing down their attack here. Oh, and they're healing a little bit. Oh, and they're getting Etho charged up a little bit. Alright, put this armor on. Heal. And attack with an alright. So if we can get a, an extra sword or really anything to deal extra damage to this Hypno, we could have taken him out this turn. Unfortunately, we didn't. And they are still only dealing 60, so we're perfectly fine. So I'm just going to go ahead and do an all right. And then we can use our bow on them. Oh, I probably should have put these on TFC. I wasn't thinking. It doesn't really matter. I think we got them this time. Oh, yep. They just went AFK. We'll throw out our bow. And then using the bow on... I forget who that was. And there we go. We're able to knock out their third, who we whittled down. So yeah, I'm kind of liking the way this deck has been laying out. Again, we've got a lot of just kind of the damage absorbing ability through the high HP, through the armor. So that's been nice, and then the ability to kind of knock out their AFK hermits seems to keep paying off. And we got to keep using the lead in this round, which definitely slowed down their ability to attack. We never really... they were never able to get any of their hermits up to their ultimates, just because we always slowed them down. Alright. Well, I think I got a few more rounds in me yet tonight, so we'll go ahead and do a couple more, but we've been at this for just about an hour, so I'm definitely starting to slow down, especially considering the time of the night, but go ahead and try out a couple more matches. Oh, it looks like I'm first this time. And we can just go ahead and throw out this TFC. I don't know. I like to go center, build off of them. And then we did get one of our double mines. Oh, we got two of our double miners, actually. Two of our three, so that's kind of fortunate. We'll just go ahead and put that on so that we can branch mine right away. Oh, and we got 2 diamond armors. I didn't put these on just in case they do something. Oh, boy. So we got some redstoners. Oh, and they're putting the netherite out right away. Again, though, we're extra strong against redstoners, so this is going to take off 40, but we're dealing 100, so we'll still be able to do 60 at a time, which is pretty nice. And moving this, so Spoon is going to do 80. Versus Hat Trick would only do 70, so actually having a double on Tango is less of a threat, and then it would also force their Mumbo to not be able to attack next turn. So we'll go ahead and do that, and we'll go ahead and lasso their redstone there, and do a branch mine. And looks like we did not get the extra card, but that's okay. Oh good, we got some health, because they already dealt us a pretty good amount of damage there. Alright, so they did have one. They get their chaff to bits. Oh, and they're getting more hermits out. I am still just sitting here with my one hermit, which is quite the bummer. Go ahead and heal a little bit. Kind of need to play a little bit more defensively for the time. Boy, I don't like having TNT. That's quite the gamble, but... Oh, come on. No other hermits? This is probably going to be a short one, then. I would assume they're going to get another one to be able to do Spoon again. Oh, no, they didn't. Alright, so we got lucky there. So I can do 140, so I could do 100 to Mumbo this turn. Which, frankly, I might as well. Because I don't think that we're gonna... Oh, yeah. 160 and then minus the 40, so... Okay, nice. And we did get a little bit extra healing. Oh, for crying out loud. Yeah, if we don't get another hermit next turn, we're definitely gonna be hurting. Just because you can only take so much damage at a time, which they did go AFK. So Tango is active. He doesn't have as big of an armor, but he is able to start swinging for 60 right away, or for 70 right away. So we could risk some TNT just to try and whittle down Tango faster. Especially because we do have some armor. Will take some extra damage from it this turn. Oh, but I think the diamond armor will block it all. Yeah. So actually it's completely safe now. Yeah, I guess we might as well. Just to try and force them to minimize their cards, or their ability to use their hermits. Ah, for crying out loud. I have 9 of you in here. Why isn't anything showing up? Alright. So probably if I don't get something by next turn, I'll want to use the splash potion. But otherwise I'm not taking too much damage from them, so just go ahead and do that. So it's going to take me 2 more turns to whittle through Tango here. Unless I can get another TNT to show up or something. Oh, they're composting, so they're going to get some fresh cards in hand. Which I could use my flint and steel right about now. All of these mines aren't really doing too much. Alright. Yeah, I guess I'll just swing again. Didn't get an extra card, but we'll take out Tango next turn if they don't go AFK. Oh, they're fishing rod, so grabbing some extra cards. So they're having a hard time getting what they want. So now Boomer, an additional 40 for every other AFK Boomer. B-dubs and Tango, so they do have a Tango, so it won't do quite the max if they are able to power up to it, but that could start being a problem quick. Right now he's only doing 50 and we are blocking 30, so I think for right now we just do a branch mine because he's unarmored, so... Alright, do we get anything? Oh my gosh. I'm having the worst luck here. Alright, so we got a Prankster Mumbo, so we got that quite simple showing up again. Oh, that's gonna hurt. That hurt a lot. Ooh, that hurt a lot. Alright, well, we'll use our splash potion, because we gotta. And then we're gonna just really hope that they don't have anything else. Oh, of course we get a hermit now. But we can't place him because we can't place anything after you attack. Alright, here's hoping they don't kill me this turn. If they get another item, then they'll have Boomer active, which will be enough. Oh, but they're just beefing up Mumbo, so we might be okay for right now. Okay. Which they do have Mumbo for quite simple. Oh, and we got the clock. I didn't notice that. So we can make them skip a turn. Which I think this is kind of the time to do it because we are in pain. So we will go ahead and gear up this TFC so that he's basically ready to go. Go ahead and do this so that they can't go for their next turn. Do some nice solid damage to Mumbo here. End that turn. And then we've got 2 other TFCs. Might as well just huck them out on the board. But we'll put this one on our first one so that he's ready. And then might as well branch mine again. We did get an extra item. We have all of our... Okay, so this is actually helpful though for Hypno. Oh, and they're healing up Mumbo a little bit. Oh, and they took him out. But thankfully we have this TFC at the ready. Alright, so we'll make this TFC active. We'll go ahead and bring in a Hypno just for kicks and giggles. And we'll put one of these on Hypno. And then All Right is going to be dealing a lot of extra damage. So we'll just go ahead and do that, end our turn. And we got another big boy TFC, which we have 2 of them out on the field, so no reason to throw that out. But oof, they did get in one more quite simple before we went, but now we can take out their Mumbo, who's only at 70, quite handily. Go ahead and do an all right. Oh, ZF, cool. Not that it helps us at all, but just fun. All right. So we have knocked out one of theirs. They've knocked out one of ours. Looks like they're probably bringing in Grian, who wants to start a war. Oh, and he can do borrow. I forgot about that. What a jerk. Ah. All right, so we lost our armor. We still deal the extra damage to Grian, though, so that's at least good. Especially since we have our 90 damage dealing TFC as our active right now. So I think we just go ahead and whittle away at Grian here. And I think we'll switch to Hypno. Oh, I forgot to, unfortunately, attack, so I can't equip that item. I should have remembered to do that. Oh well. It is what it is. Oh, okay. And we got a lasso, so we can steal one of these. Off of Grian, so he can't borrow anymore, so he won't be able to attack us. We'll huck this on to Hypno, just for good measure. Go ahead and do this. Let's see. I guess Mumbo is going to be the one to give it to because he can't use others, but all of these three can use anything for their attacks. So Grian can no longer attack us, and we'll just go ahead and do an all right. Keep trying to whittle away at Grian here while we can. All right, what you gonna do? Oh, they're gonna switch over to Impulse. Interesting. But I can knock out Impulse with one shot. Why would you do that? Alright, well, I'm going to put this on the Hypno, and then I'm just going to attack Impulse. Oh, I wonder if they were doing it to stall, because after I knock one of theirs out, they can pull someone else up from AFK for free, so maybe they were doing that to try and get Tango. I don't know for sure. Oh, and we did steal a double redstone, which is really nice. So they forfeit. There we go. They maybe didn't realize what they had done. Okay. Well, that was a pretty good match, I feel like. I definitely was on the ropes for quite a while since I only had one Hermit out for like half of that match. But otherwise, we were able to get it in the end. Again, I think it was just because they realized they accidentally threw someone out. They maybe meant to bring out the full health Tango. I don't know for sure. But it is what it is. It was fun though. That was a nice one. It lasted a little longer too. Sometimes the matches go by just too quick and aren't necessarily too fun. All right. Mav. Well, I guess we're throwing Hypno. And we'll put out this double on Hypno and some armor. And that'll do it, because we're first, so that's all we can do. Oh, and we got Prankster Mumbo. Surprise, surprise. Oh, and they got the double Prankster out, so they can do the quite simple right away. Thankfully, we didn't get hit too hard. Our armor saved us from the bulk of that. Alright, we may as well throw out this one extra item just in case we want to use that ability. And then otherwise, it's just us against them right now, so we'll go ahead and just keep doing got 'em. And hopefully we'll get another Hermit, or we'll get some way to do extra damage. It looks like they didn't have anything. Which actually, for every plus 40 for every heads, total damage doubles if at least one other prankster. Okay, I couldn't remember how that worked exactly. So yeah, it starts out at 40, it can go up to 80, it can go up to 120 if you get 2 heads. And then it could do 240, I guess, if you had a prankster type in AFK. So basically taking out a Hermit in one shot. We have no reason to equip further items on Hypno right now, because we're all geared up to do a Godum and still be fine. So we'll go ahead and just attack Mumbo and call it a day. Oh good, we got another Hypno, and we got another... oh, and we made him use a golden carrot right away. Oof, that hurt. Alright, our turn again. Throw out the second Hypno and this item on him so that he can attack right away if need be. Do our Gyadum. And that'll do it. Ooh, nice. We have TNT, which considering they just got that, we might... I think we're going to kind of just go for doing that. It'll guarantee that Hypno's going to die next turn, which probably was going to happen anyways. But then it's going to get that extra shot in on Mumbo, hopefully right before. So we'll go ahead and pick Mumbo. End our turn. And so this Hypno is all ready to go. And they don't have another Hermit, so I mean, we'll activate Hypno. Go ahead and throw on a Miner, because why not? And do a Godum, and that'll do it. So that was another really short one. Again, just really goes to show how important it is to have plenty of Hermits in your deck. If you only get one Hermit out, you're really not going to be able to do anything. I know a lot of people try to play with, 6 or less Hermits, but yeah, kind of really important to make sure you have a good number of them, or have card draw so you can try and force them out. So yeah, I think that's about where I'm gonna have to call it for tonight. Hope everyone enjoyed. A little bit different than my normal streams, but otherwise, again, the HermitCraft TCG Online is a really cool project by the HermitCraft fan community. I would definitely suggest going to the website, which is listed at the top of the screen, and checking it out, checking out their Discord. Really cool work that the fans are doing. And then, of course, going and checking out VintageBeef's videos. The Season 9 of HermitCraft especially is when he's been working on the trading card game. And again, just phenomenal, the work that he's been able to do within survival mode Minecraft, of just making the cards and coming up with the gameplay and how much the server has taken to the game. So very cool stuff. But yeah, this has been Crake and Bake. Hope everyone enjoyed the little bit of different there and had some fun watching this. And by all means, I highly recommend going and trying it out yourself. Alright, have a good night, everyone.